Welcome back to another exciting episode. Today I'm going to show you how I unboxed and put together this thing. What is it? Stay tuned and find out. Now the first thing we're going to have to do, of course, is take off the wrapping. It's covered very well. It was delivered when it was raining, but as you can see with the plastic on it, I doubt very much there was any damage. So we're going to cut that off, look it over real quick, and go from there. All these little plastic ties that will help to keep the cover on. You do have to take those off. Now that the wrappings are off, you can see a little bit better what is included. Now you do want to walk around it, just kind of inspect it a little bit. And the only thing that I've found thus far is right in there, a little bit of a dent, but it looks like it's just on the frame. I don't think the machine itself was damaged at all, but we'll keep an eye out just in case. Now for the next step, we have to take these off, these corner pieces. So we're going to do that now. Now to help take these corner pieces off, there's supposed to be some wrenches in here somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and take all these extra pieces off, put them aside, and see if I come across the wrenches. Okay, of course, that was the seat. One of the boxes here says battery charger. These looks like they are the handles. This says includes the March plug, spare keys, assembly hardware. I think this is what I need. Spanish labels, Q&A sheet, assembly guide, operations manual, and quick start guide. And then this one here, it says tow hitch and assembly hardware. I think it means assembly hardware for the tow hitch. So to get the assembly hardware, the generic stuff, I think I'm going to open this up first. Okay, let's see what's in here. This looks like the cover in case you want to do some marching, like a march cover. There's the wrenches and stuff I need. Put those aside. There's the spare keys. Looks like all the stickers and everything we need. And here's the operations manual, which is what I need to. All right, this is the box I needed. Okay, the wrenches that they give you are a 12-14 and a 13-15. And what you do, 12 millimeter goes on the outside, 13 millimeter goes on the inside. And you just loosen things up until they come off. That's it for the small side brackets. Now the bigger side poles, of course, are a little bit different. They got the 14 and 15 millimeter sizes, so you have to keep that in mind. Then we do the same thing for the other 3 sides, and we go from there. Once all the corner trusses are off, then all you have to do is start cutting the straps. So 4 in the back. Like 2 in the front. Now, according to the instructions, the next step is to attach the battery. And you do that by pushing in these sides. There's 4 clips to push in. And then you just simply attach those together, like so, and reattach the battery cover. That's all there is to it. Done. There is a 75 amp hour and a 100 amp hour version. I decided to go with the 100 amp hour battery. And these are the replacement parts and numbers. Hopefully you can see that. So as you can see, the battery is simply a deep cycle battery. Pretty much the same thing that's on golf carts. Now to take the packing off the seat and install it. Now using the 12 and 13 millimeter wrenches, we go ahead and take off, oops, wrong way. We go ahead and take off the bolts. This one was nice and loose, that's good. Make sure we got a safety cable out of the way. The black brackets go on the outside. So we have to do this one at a time. It would definitely be easier if you had another person, but I don't, so we're gonna do what we can here. There we go. So 13 and 14 on this side. Then you have to make sure you attach the safety cable. Now it does go only in there only one way. There we go, make sure it clicks into place. We have our seat. Now one nice feature about this seat, especially for tall people like me, that is important. You can adjust it. Now according to the instructions, the drive lever installation is the next thing. Drive levers, these are the handles here. Go ahead and take these out. Oh, There's the main key. What do you know? Alrighty. So then you're supposed to take the bolts out. Oh, by the way, as we're doing that, if you notice in the bottom here, the holes are a lot wider than there is on top. That's so you can make adjustments on the bottom here. So if you need to do micro adjustments, you got it covered. Now there are 3 holes on here. You just have to make sure wherever you put the handles on one side, you got to put it on the other, because they have to be equal on either side. Since I'm taller and higher and bigger, I'm going to go ahead and put them on the top 2. I may have to adjust later, but we'll see. And you just tighten them down with a 13mm socket or wrench, as I'm doing here. And that's it. Alrighty. Then you do the same thing on the other side, and your drive handles are installed. Now the RYOBI zero-turn mower does have something most zero-turns do not have: a towing hitch. That's right, a towing hitch. Now I wouldn't be towing a big trailer or a boat or anything with this thing around the property, but it can do a small garden type trailer. That shouldn't be a problem. Of course, you can't do actual zero turns as you're towing. That would be kind of silly. Now what you have in here, of course, you have the hitch itself, and you have the bolts. So just go ahead and get this thing installed. Now installing it is really quite simple. You just line up the holes, put the bolts through. See if I can find these again. And by the way, these are 13mm bolts. You've got to make sure they're nice and tight so they don't come off. That would be embarrassing if you were pulling a trailer. Now, of course, a lot of this could be a bit easier if you had a ratchet, but I just wanted to prove that you can assemble this thing with the wrenches that were supplied with it. I'm trying to stay out of the sun here so you don't get much of a shadow. You can see here your main hook, and of course you have the side hole there for your safety hook. And something else you have to ensure is that the tires, that they have the right amount of air in it. And they're supposed to have between 18 and 20 PSI. No more than 20. Otherwise, you run the risk of them blowing up on you. And you don't want that. So check the PSI before you go any further. So check all 4. Now I do have the RYOBI 18-volt handheld pump, as you see here. So let's make sure we have between 18 and 20. I'm going to go with 20. Yeah, it looks about 20. And then we'll go around and make sure they're all good. Now, one of the things that is said in the instructions is if you do not have a ramp to get this thing off the package container, which as you can see is pretty high off the ground, all you have to do is set the deck up as high as you can. Oh, by the way, with the deck, this is kind of cool. It has one of those spacers in it, so you can put it at a spot you want. So if you have to raise the deck for some reason, like get into a higher area, and then you want to go back down real quick, you're not like slamming the deck down to the ground. It stops at the safety area. So I kind of like that. But anyhow, let me get that up there. There. So it does say you can raise the deck as high as you can and then just back it off. You do not go forward, go backwards, and you can come off the deck. However, I do happen to have a ramp, so we're going to go ahead and start this thing up and see how things go. Just put the key in. Make sure your PTO is down. So go ahead and turn it on. Ooh, I'm at 100%. I didn't even, all right. It's beeping because I'm not sitting on it. So let me go ahead and sit on it. And then what I'm going to do is put it on low speed to back this thing up. Now, one of the final things you want to do for an unboxing is you want to make sure that this is connected and that safety switch actually works. And the way you do that is when you turn this on, you'd pull this up for your PTO to start running, and then you'd sit up and the PTO should stop. So we're going to go ahead and test that out. Yep, that works. Now, of course, we can't forget to unbox the charger now, can we? This is the ZT480ex charger. Go ahead and open this up. Ooh, that is a beast. No doubt about it. And it has a nice little handle on it. Look at that. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug this thing in and make sure it works. And there it goes, it's charging. Thank you for coming along with me for the unboxing and assembly of the RYOBI zero-turn radius electric mower. I'd really appreciate it if you could like this video, write a comment, and please subscribe. Oh, and hit that bell while you're at it. And as always, have a great day.